Yes. Hello. Welcome, Upper Cumberland. This is what a sight to see. There's so many beautiful faces gathered together on this bright, beautiful October morning. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you all for showing up. For standing alongside your neighbors and for raising your voices to declare loud and clear, no kings! No kings! Because the power of this great nation, the very foundation of our democracy, belongs not to any one person, not to any wannabe kings, self-appointed rulers, but to the people. That's us, you, me, standing all here today. Okay, before we go any further, let's get a quick show of hands. How many of you are at your first protest today? Hey! Look at that. Hey, thank you for being brave. Thank you for stepping into your power. Every movement for justice, every fight for freedom has always been built by ordinary people like doing extraordinary things. People just like you, all of us. So my name is Barbara Rosensteel, and I'm one of the lead organizers of Indivisible Upper Cumberland. Excuse me for reading this a little bit because Aaron was supposed to do this, but Aaron, bless his heart, lost his voice. So Indivisible Upper Cumberland is a local grassroots chapter made up of neighbors who believe in democracy, compassion, rule of law, and the shared responsibility of protecting our freedoms. Today is a day of unity, courage, and joy. So let's make sure this event stays safe and welcoming for everyone. That's everyone's job to do that, yours, mine, and all of ours together. One of the first things I want to say, if you see something that doesn't look right, makes you feel uncomfortable, please say something to one of our safety monitors. They're wearing an orange vest, they've got walkie-talkies and whistles. One of the most important things, and I know this is so hard to do, personally I know this is hard to do not engage with any counter-protesters, instigators, or anyone acting in bad faith. Turn and walk away, don't say a word, especially if someone shows up with a mic and a video camera. Don't even say the word yes. That person uses our words, edits the videos, and twists it to make us look like we are bad people. So don't even say a word to them. So we will not meet hate with hate. We will meet it with discipline, solidarity, and light. Now, another reminder, I'm sorry, we'll get through this. Record everything. Take photos, take videos, not only because we want to capture the beauty of this moment, but also because documentation protects us. And when you share your pictures or videos online, use the hashtag #NoKingsIUC so we can amplify this movement together. Let the world see that democracy is alive and well right here in the Upper Cumberland. I also want to take a moment to talk about something close to our hearts, which is mutual aid. We are collecting virtual monetary donations for our sister chapter, Indivisible Memphis, who created an incredible community project called the Immigrant Pantry. The Immigrant Pantry is a grassroots, volunteer-led mutual aid program that delivers food, hygiene products, and essential household supplies directly to immigrant families in need across Memphis because they are afraid to come out of their houses and go shopping or go anywhere because ICE is there, and the National Guard is backing them up. They serve neighbors who are facing food insecurity, family separation due to ICE raids or deportation, language and transportation barriers, and emergency hardship or displacement. Their philosophy and ours is simple but powerful: mutual aid, not gatekeeping. This isn't about charity, it's about solidarity. It's about taking care of one another because no one should go hungry, no one should live in fear, and no one should be forgotten. Their work is rooted in compassion, not pity, and community care, not bureaucracy. The Immigrant Pantry exists because our neighbors deserve support, no matter their legal status, income, or background. So, please, if you are able, donate what you can. Every dollar goes directly to families in need. You can find one of our volunteers after the program for information on how to give. And I think, look up any one of us. I think Erin has that information. Okay, one more thing and then we'll go on. None of this would be possible without you, but also without the support, the incredible teamwork of our co-sponsors, organizations, and individuals who work year-round to build a more just and inclusive Tennessee. Please give a big round of applause for the Putnam County Democratic Party, the Putnam County Young Democrats, the Putnam County Federation of Democratic Women, the White County Democratic Party, and the White County Young Democrats, and the Tennessee Tech University Democrats. Each of these groups bring strength, creativity, and courage to our shared mission. So let's give them all the love they deserve. And finally, I want to thank you, the community, all of you. This is amazing. The people who showed up today because you care about the direction of this country. You love this country. You love its promise. You love its ideals. And yeah, we've not been perfect. We've made a lot of mistakes. But we're always striving to be better and to live up to our ideals. And now we are backsliding to an extent that has never been seen before. But you are the heart of this movement. When we say power to the people, we mean it. Real power doesn't flow from a palace or a podium. It flows from the crowd, from us. United, awake, and unafraid. And with that, it is my great pleasure to introduce someone many of you already know, a powerhouse in our community, a fierce advocate for young voices, and the president of the Putnam County Young Democrats, Morgan Franklin. Please give me
Okay, can I get a big, well, hold on. Let me bring this up. Oh, we'll do it. Am I going to get anything like that? All right. Okay. I just want a big round of applause for Barbara because she does so much and she's so amazing. And if you haven't met her yet, please come up to her today, say hello. And thank you to everyone at Indivisible for putting this together. You guys have done an amazing job. So first of all, I want to say you guys look good. I love all of the costumes. And should we maybe do like a little, have everybody that has their costumes come up in a minute so we can all see them? Would we like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know I would. Okay, so first of all, I want to know who's here because you love America. Yeah. Right? I mean, I know that's why I'm here. I want to know who's here because you believe in the freedom of speech for everyone. Yes. And I want to know who's here because you want to show our community and our country that when we, the people, are united, we will never be divided. And I just want to try that out, okay? So I'm going to say we the people are united, and you will say we'll never be divided. So we the people are united. We'll never be divided! Okay, one more time. The people united. We'll never be divided! Yeah, I like that. Okay, all right. So as Barbara said, my name is Morgan Franklin. I'm the president of Putnam County Young Democrats, and we are so excited to be here today. You know, I think it's really funny because I don't really think our government wants to hear us cheering for the rights and freedoms of all Americans right now. Do you think that's true? Yeah. I mean, I think that they'd rather shut down the government while they strip away the rights and freedoms of Americans, which is kind of weird. But I'm honored to be here today because there is truly nothing more American than a No Kings rally, right? We aren't a country that's run by one man. We're a country by the people, for the people. And that's why they want us to be afraid. They want us to be scared to come out to a protest. They want to make us feel like we're the enemy. They want us to be afraid of our neighbor, especially our neighbor we might not completely agree with. Because if we start talking, and we start realizing that we have the power, well, that's not really great for them now, is it? No. But I'm starting to think after 250 years, they might have forgotten what America is really all about. Because the thing about America is, we don't do kings, right? And the other thing is, we aren't afraid of bullies. And that's why are here today. So I want to thank you for coming today. Thank you for standing up to tyranny. And remember that we the people have the power. We always have, and we always will. So it is my honor to introduce our first speaker. He's an advocate, an activist, and he's graciously helped us out with all of the audio equipment today. Can I get a big round of applause for my friend Sayota Knight?
How fitting. Date Shidoshi Sayota. It's an honor to see this beautiful audience here today, and it is, in my mind, this is probably the best thing that could happen to Cookeville, Tennessee. Everybody uniting for each other. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, friends and enemies. I've had many conversations with my relatives, and a word that comes up that is not well spoken about or even used much is fascist. My uncle told me in this conversation I had with him that people don't know what that means. We gotta stop using it. And I said, no. He's like, well, the no kings, that's right to the point. And I agree. But we have to call a strike, and a ball. Our enemy are fascists. So I'm gonna define what fascism and fascists are. It's a populist political philosophy that puts nation and often race above the individual, that is associated with a centralized government headed by a dictator. That's what we are fighting against, ladies and gentlemen. And so, the fascists will say, if an individual is not a politician, that this individual needs to stay in their lane. Or they need to shut up and dribble the basketball and obey the illegitimate rule. The irony is, those same fascists are taking orders from a failed reality TV con artist, 34 felony count, convict, pedophile, 5-time bankrupt, orange cult leader, who is and has broken the law and for all those Southern Trump supporters, all your talk about hating Yankees is just bullshit. You're kissing a Yankees orange ass right now. But the fascists, make no mistake, my brothers and sisters, will do everything, like my sister said, to divide and conquer. I got news for those jokers. We're not going to let them succeed, are we? We in the resistance, who fight for democracy, must see that the rural farmer, the union factory worker, the Walmart employee, the food service employee are all the same. Yeah. The IT worker, the small business owner, the landscaper, the nurse, and the teacher. My teachers out there, fist up in the air to you. Yeah. All of us are being played to fight each other over scraps. The Trump regime only cares about Musk, Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Larry Ellison, Bill Gates, Larry Page, and numerous other billionaires. Where AI is stealing jobs, not the 1% of immigrants. Where the elite class is eliminating healthcare, not the 1% trans. Where mining and fossil fuel corporations are destroying our environment, not the homeless. Oh, I've said it, and time and time again, and over, we can be our own worst enemy. And we have to be cautious of what we want. We must understand we are all flawed. However, we the poor and marginalized are not wanting to destroy democracy. My brothers and sisters on the progressive mindset, we have to understand, we have to vet things. We have to be more cautious. I'm not saying fearful, but just cautious. Facts and data states that a majority of second-generation immigrants voted for Trump. Why is that? They espouse conservative views. conservative African Americans, U.S. citizens, voted for Trump because of various reasons. Why is that? Now, we have some certain immigrants from certain parts of the country that we may not really accept all their ideals. We have to understand these individuals. Now, the extremists and even modern people who are trying to come here don't want to be equal with women. Now, that's not an indictment against immigrants. What it is that you're speaking or hearing from an indigenous person who knows all about illegal immigration, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll say it, and I'll say it again. There are no illegal aliens or immigrants on stolen land. One of my other favorite lines, because of where I'm from, being Apache, we didn't cross the border crossed us. So we as progressives have to do better in our messaging. Right now, the right, the extreme fascists, is saying this is a hate America rally. I fear to say that. I'll tell you what, who hates America? None of us. In fact, who loves America? Absolutely. Saying all that, I don't want ICE just grabbing and assaulting and abducting people. We have to have due process. That means every one of you has a responsibility to make a democracy work, to make people understand who you are. You have to be educated on the rules. Every one of us are playing a game right now and we don't know the rules. Ask yourself, when's the last time you understood what a visa or what kind of visa you need to travel? Ask yourself, every time you break open that seal for an alcohol drink, what are the ramifications of doing that? Malcolm X said, when you break that seal, you're breaking a government seal. Our government, we the people, are in our own way. And this is what the right uses against us, to divide us. We have to be smarter, ladies and gentlemen. We can't fight over petty pickedness. We can't fight over little things like, what complexion does your skin are, or things of this nature. Right now, women are making less money than men. What is wrong with this? We have teachers and nurses on the front lines making less than some. It's ridiculous. Now, some people will say, well, capitalism is not the right way. I will say, I want compassionate capitalism. There's no reason somebody should have to work 2 to 3 jobs just to make rent. So, I'm just urging each and every one of you, as you stand today, as you stand next to your veteran. By the way, all my veterans out there, raise your hand for me. Come on. That's right. All right. Thank you. All my water protectors out there, raise your hand. Water protectors. I mean, somebody protecting water. That's right. Each and every one of us have a responsibility. And in the indigenous culture, we hear a lot of people in the U.S. talk about rights. It's my right. I have rights. Yes, you're afforded rights by a constitution. But what we're not talking about is our own responsibility. You will have a responsibility to the children, to the elders, to your neighbor. Responsibility means you pick up trash when you see it. Don't wait for somebody else to pick it up.
That's right.
You pick somebody else up, you see them down, you help the homeless. You don't wait for somebody else to do it.
That's right.
You look around and see something wrong, what do? You stand up, you speak out, you get out. You don't wait for somebody. What kind of nonsense is that? You have a responsibility. And moreover, my Lakota elder taught me this, I always say this phrase. We do not inherit this planet or this land from our ancestors. We're only borrowing it from our children. So that's our responsibility, ladies and gentlemen. Now I will say this. In the political system here, you know, the radical right now, we've got to get our radicals in our mindset. And think about this. They're saying free healthcare is radical. Are they out of their minds?
Crazy!
They're saying that a clean environment is radical. What is wrong with these individuals that say this? I'm not a psychologist, but I can tell you this. I've got a feeling they were treated or abused badly as children. And the abuse in this nation has gone untouched because people are afraid to speak out. Indigenous people have been the first victims of this abuse. The genocide. The taking of our children and putting them in boarding schools. Stealing our land to the point where we're getting scraps ourselves. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what's going to happen to you if you don't stand and unite. So, in my closing words and remarks, I want to just say thank you for this beautiful opportunity to speak to each and every one of you. And I look forward to you helping on the streets today and tomorrow, next month, and the years to come to make this community a better place for everyone to live. We have some elected officials coming up in our next election on May 5th. I want to see everybody out there for that. I don't know if I should let the cat out of the bag for some of them, but I want to let you know we have some of our candidates in this crowd right now, and you need to make sure you know them and stand and support them. Local, ladies and gentlemen, is what's going to make this change. Well, it's not that we're ignoring everything around us. How can you? But we've got to fix our home first, right here. We've got to look out for each other. Hug one another. Shake your hands. I know we're in COVID, but wash your hands. Take responsibility. Take care of yourself. Right? And so, again, when I see you out there today, I want this energy to carry on. And I feel this energy. Who's with me? All right. So some of y'all see me do this. I know it might be cliche and done again, but we're going to do a little exercise to get the blood flowing. You guys ready? Some of you know, so you got to get your vocal cords ready. I'm going to set this stage on fire. And the way we do this, when we go into battle, the Lakota especially, we have a phrase. I use this phrase for a lot of the teams I've coached in baseball, and it's an uplifting phrase. We don't believe putting other people down like that. Yes, we have our enemy, but we don't focus our energy on putting the enemy down, we just put them down. And so this phrase is a Lakota phrase, and it goes like this. It's hokahe. And it means to rise up, to charge. And definitely, ladies and gentlemen, as I've said this before, we are going into battle, right? And this is going to be a battle that is going to be hard to fight. We got people out here who are brainwashed, who think that this orange monster is a king. I got news for them. We fought that war one time and we won. We're going to do it again. And with this phrase, wherever you're at, if you're down, think of it. Pick yourself up with it. If you see somebody down, say it to them. So what I'm going to do, we're going to say 7 times for the 7 generations. I'm going to say hoka, and you're going to say hey. But before we do this, I want the whole nation to hear. It's not the state, the nation to hear our voices. Are you guys ready? Yeah. I don't think. Are you ready? Yeah. All right, here we go. Hoka! 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 Hey!
All right, can we give it up one more time for Sayota? Come on. I gotta bring it down just a little bit. Okay. All right, everybody. So, I'm sorry. I know, because it's between the room. All right. So, I want the people that are wearing the costumes to start working their way up here. Okay. It's not your time quite yet, but it's about to be. So just know that. All right, so our next speaker is an author, historian, and professor of history at TTU. Please help me welcome the outstanding Dr. Troy Smith.
Thank you very much. I'm going to follow the lead of my friend Sayota here, and I'm going to greet you in my native tongue. Howdy, how you doing? How's your mama in there? And I'm going to introduce you to a phrase of my people. Oh, hell no! You know, as I was on my way up here, somebody asked me if I was running for anything yet, and I said no, but I ain't running from nothing either, and neither is anybody here, right? Now, I teach history. Some of you may know I had a newspaper column in the Sparta paper for the last 4 years called A Liberal Dose that got canceled along with a whole opinion section a few days after Charlie Kirk's death because they got so many death threats directed at me. I figured today people are saying, they say we're the violent ones, right? And they say we don't love America. Well, I figured if I'm going to have a target on me, it's going to look like this. Because I do love America. We all love America. I love America for what it could be. I love America for what it should be. And I love America for what it will be. Because that's how we roll. They call us progressives because we are not trying to go back to the dark past. We are progressing forward. They call us liberal because we are free and we want everybody to be free, and we are free in the sense that we want to take care of everybody. We are not the violent people. We don't want to, we're not the ones that want to hurt anybody. We want to help people. We're not the ones that want to attack anybody. We want to defend people. And we're certainly not the ones that hate America. There's a difference. There's a huge difference between patriotism and nationalism. All right? So, you know, moving forward, improving, that's something that was baked, here we go with the history, that's something that was baked into the Constitution from the very beginning, the idea of continuing to work on things in order to form a more perfect union. We keep working on it, we keep perfecting it, we keep trying to make it better. We don't try to take it back. Now, we're not here to make America great again. I'm going to paraphrase the great poet Langston Hughes. We're here to make America America again. Because we believe in America. We believe in the vision of America. We believe in what it is about, what it could be, what it should be. We believe in, I believe, in what Thomas Paine described in Common Sense as a country that would be a beacon to people around the world. That it is possible to stand up to tyrants. It is possible to have a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And a government and a country that will welcome people from all around the world that want to come and join in this endeavor. That's what America is. That's what I believe in. And I know that's what all of you believe in. Now I saw, there's a meme going around that says, your papa didn't run shine through these hollers so you could be a bootlicker. I guess some of y'all saw that. Well, I want to tell you, my grandpa ran shine through these hollers. He went to prison for it twice. We have got a tradition around here that people have lost sight of it or they've not been taught about. Our tradition around here, the true tradition of rednecks. Yes. Right? Yes. Striking miners, wearing those red bandanas to identify themselves, coal miners risking their lives every day going to work, and then risking their lives fighting for their rights. Over in Sparta, where I'm from, in 1947, there was a shirt factory strike, had 300 women from Sparta picketing and marching down Shirt Factory Hill to the square. That is the tradition of this area and of these hollers. It's a tradition of not knuckling under to the fat cats and the high hats and big shots that want to take everything. They say that we are envious of what they have. We're not envious of what they have. We are protective of what we have, and we're not going to let them keep taking it. That's what it's all about. That's what it's about. And we are not going to just stand back and continue to watch helplessly or to go along and let them take everything just because they give us something to hate. That is no substitute for love. Love is what we are about. We are here to give you something to love, to give you someone to love. All our neighbors, all our neighbors. We don't ask them where they came from. We don't ask them how they got here. We're just glad they're here on this ship with us, taking this voyage together. All right, now, the only us and them in this country is us, the 99 point whatever percent, versus the tiny percent of them that are trying to hoodwink and bamboozle everybody into handing everything over to them, right? And give us just enough, maybe, that we can stay alive long enough to keep serving their needs. Well, that's not what we're about. That's not what we're about at all. We are here to stand up for ourselves, stand up for our country. And you know what? We're standing up for this town. We're standing up for this county. We're standing up for the upper Cumberland. We're standing up for Tennessee. We're standing up for the South. We're standing up for America because we are everywhere. We are everywhere. Look around. And we are not afraid. We are not cowed. We are not submissive to them. Oh, hell no. That's right. Just like old Papa, we are not going to submit to that authority, especially when it is not a legitimate authority. The authority lies in the people. The authority lies in the Constitution. The authority lies in the law based on the Constitution. The authority lies on the vision of this country, and it is not a vision of exclusion. It's a vision of inclusion. And we are not going to back down. We're not going to go away. We're not going to stop lifting our voices. And let me tell you something. People are starting to wake up, and they're going to wake up even more when they go to the mailbox and get their insurance premiums, when they get their grocery bill, which these folks we're talking about don't even know what groceries are. Donald Trump discovered that word on campaign trail. Groceries. He'd never even heard it before. They don't have to worry about something to eat. They've never had to go hungry so their kid could eat. I've had to go hungry so my kid could eat. How many of y'all, I bet a bunch of you, have had to go hungry? You've had to bite your tongue. You've had to do all kinds of things to scrape by. And we don't need people piling on top of us while we're trying to do that. We need to lift each other up, and that's what we're here for today. Thank you.
All righty, everybody. Can I get another round of applause for Dr. Troy Smith? If we had him come and tell us some history about Appalachia and how we've been doing this for a while, would y'all come? Yeah, okay, that sounds good. All right, so I'm going to have my friend Hillary come up here for just a second. We're going to read some chants, if that sounds good to you, just real quick before our next speaker, and I'll have Sayota come as well. Hillary, where you at? Girl, get that drum. Give me the drum. And does anyone have a kazoo? Do we still have some kazoos left? Where can they get the kazoos?
There's 120 of them.
There's 120 kazoos that we're giving out. So make sure you find a kazoo if you want one, so that we can make some noise together. Okay, so we're gonna start some chants, okay? All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's raise our voices real good for me now. I say make your stand, you say democracy is our promised land. Okay? Make your stand!
Democracy is our promised land!
Make your stand!
Democracy is our promised land!
Make your stand!
Democracy is our promised land!
All right. I'll say no scepter, no ring, and you say we don't need a king. No scepter, no ring.
We don't need a king!
No scepter, no ring.
We don't need a king!
No scepter, no ring.
We don't need a king!
No scepter, no ring.
We don't need a king!
No scepter, no ring.
We don't need a king!
Yeah, all right.
Awesome. Okay, great. All right, so please help me give a warm welcome to our next speaker. She's the co-director of the American Indian Movement, Indian Territory, Tennessee, has a PhD in environmental sciences at Tennessee Tech, and serves as an advocate for our environment and all the people who enjoy it. Let's give it up for Dr. Sabrina Buer.
All right. How are we all doing this afternoon or morning, whatever it is at this point? Good? All right. Now, when I say what do we want, you say no kings. What do we want?
No king!
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 All right. Thank you so much. I am so honored to be here with you all this morning to send a message loud and clear to 47 and all of his flunkies. We will not have a king in this country. If you are here today, it's because you already know what we're facing as a country. We're not just inching toward having a government based on fascist and authoritarian ideologies. We're there. We're already there. And according to experts who specialize in this topic, there are strategies that these folks use to help destabilize a government and to gain power. And those are to spread and amplify false information, to politicize independent institutions, to grossly expand executive power, to squash criticism by weakening our freedom of speech, to target and scapegoat vulnerable communities, to corrupt elections and to gerrymander and to stoke violence. Does any of this sound familiar to you all? All right. Now, since 47 was sworn in on January 20th, he has signed more than 200 executive orders, and that's more than any other president in their first year in the last 100 years. The only presidents who have written more, or who have signed more, were Franklin D. Roosevelt and Harry S. Truman, who were presidents during two of the most unstable times in our country's history. This administration has waged war on our freedom of speech and to peaceably assemble and are further stoking violent rhetoric to attempt to convince their followers that any who speak out or stand against this administration are traitors and domestic terrorists. Now, I don't know about you all, but you do not look like traitors to me today. We have seen this administration try to destroy sacred indigenous sites for profit. We have seen them racially profile and kidnap people for having a certain type of job or for speaking a language other than English or for being a little too brown. We have seen these mass cowards under direct orders from 47 and their goons with the backing of the Supreme Court send people without due process to detention centers, often without an opportunity to even provide documents to show who they are. They are attempting to gut our education system by making it unlawful to use words like women or historically or indigenous or Hispanic and bias and a litany of others. That does not sound like free speech to me. This big bogus bill will decimate our rural hospitals and our elder care. And we are facing further healthcare crises with the threat of insurance premiums skyrocketing if these ACA credits are further withdrawn. And we all know this is just the tip of the iceberg. We could talk all day about all of the atrocities that this administration is committing. But we know the issues, and we know things have potential to get much worse before they get better. But what I want to talk to you all about today is, why is this happening, and what are we really battling here? In my opinion, the answer to this question is fear, plain and simple.
There are people who are afraid of losing something, whether it's status or power or money or social standing, their jobs or their homes and so on. And this fear has been weaponized by the radical minority in this country. People are angry and they're afraid, and as a result, are being taken advantage of by predatory politicians and power-hungry bureaucrats whose mission it is to seize control and fatten their wallets while the rest of us lose. Make no mistake, our biggest hurdle to overcome is not necessarily red versus blue or liberal versus conservative. It is the ultra-wealthy versus everyone else versus all of us. They are master manipulators. And if we're too busy fighting each other over scraps, we're not paying attention to when they run away with all of the resources. We cannot allow petty grievances to distract or further divide us in this moment. We must stay focused. We must stay vigilant. We have lost our connection to each other, to the earth, and to the idea that we deserve to live a balanced life. This life was not meant for us to merely survive with a few people who hoard the wealth. That's how things are in this country right now, which I guess shouldn't really surprise us because this is a direct result of harsh capitalistic systems implemented through a colonized framework. Dominance, whether it be the people or the planet, has always been the mission, from sea to shining sea. However, I propose that we harness this righteous anger that we are all feeling into purpose-driven focus. Let's shift our mindsets from what we are fighting against to what we are striving for. There is a sacred core value among my Cherokee relatives called Gadoogie. This guiding principle teaches us that we are all connected, that when one of us wins, we all win. When one of us falls, we all fall, but then we should help pick each other up and move forward together. This illustration teaches us that what happens to one of us happens to all of us, not just the people that we like or agree with. This concept not only applies to people, but to the earth and all things that live here. We have a responsibility to care for each other. So with this idea of Gadoogie in mind, what do we need? What are the issues that face all of us together, regardless of which side of the aisle we find ourselves occupying? My mind goes to things like healthcare, or access to affordable prescriptions, or equal and fair opportunities for employment, and so on and so on. We all know this. The question is, what can we do to attain it? I suggest that we be defiantly joyful. We can be kind yet firm and compassionate, but still not give space to misinformation and falsehoods. We have to stay aware, stay involved. We all contribute in different ways, whether we are donating time, money, making phone calls, advocacy, sharing out truth on social media, or demonstrating. Join up with local organizers. Call your local legislators until they know you by name. Show up to public meetings and speak with your representatives. Now, just as some words of advice here, if you walk too fast towards some of them, be careful, because I've heard that some of them spook easily. Yeah. If you're up for it, run for office. School boards matter. City council matters. State and federal office matters. Voting matters. Your voice matters. To quote a line from one of my favorite musicals, history has its eyes on you. So to our felon in chief, history will remember you as the most corrupt president in the history of this nation. You will not be a king. You will not be a dictator. You will fail. It's only a matter of time. History will remember you for your actions, not as a strong man, but as a weak, incompetent bully. To the people who have bent the knee to this wannabe dictator, we see you. To the power-hungry senators, legislators, and judges, and lobbyists, and billionaires, and corporate overlords who bow to the whims of this corrupt administration, you have sold out this land and our people to make a quick buck, and we see you. To everyone here, don't give up. Remember Gadoogie. We must support one another. We must speak up for one another, and if one of us falls, we all fall. We have to remember stand together, no wannabe dictator will be able to stop us. So hold the vision of what this nation should be in your minds, not what it was, because that didn't work for everyone either, but what it should be, what it needs to be. A place where our elderly can live and walk on with dignity. A place where people don't have to choose between feeding their kids or keeping the lights on. A place where we don't have to take out a second mortgage to pay for life-saving medications. A place where you won't have to lose everything you've worked for your entire life because you were in an accident or had an illness. A place where all people, regardless of wealth, can live a life with dignity, to have the means not just to survive, but to thrive. A place where we can send our children to school, or go to work, or enjoy an evening out, or heaven forbid, speak, without fear of being gunned down by extremists. A place where the water and air are clean and we respect the earth and all of our relatives who live here, whether it be those that walk upon her, fly in the air, or swim in her waters. A place where all people, regardless of where you were born or the color of your skin, can walk without fear. A place where we uphold the words carved on the Lady Liberty to give us your tired, your poor, and your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. A place where the president is beholden to the law and cannot use the government to punish those who act on their conscience or their protected rights to speak against them. A place where the president cannot steal from this country to further their own interests. This is what we need our country to be, and we must not settle for anything less. Hold that vision firmly in your hearts and remember the spirit of Gadoogie. In the words of one of my favorite superheroes, King T'Challa, made great by the late great Chadwick Boseman, he says, "We need to be an example of how, as brothers and sisters on this planet, should treat each other. Now more than ever, the illusions of division threaten our very existence. But we all know the truth. More connects us than separates us. And in times of crisis, the wise build bridges while the foolish build barriers. We must find a way to look after one another as if we were one single tribe. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for standing up. Keep up the good fight, knowing you are not in it alone. And what do we want? No peace. What do we want?
No king.
What do we want?
No king.
What do we want?
No king.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, so the time has come. If you are wearing a Halloween costume, I would love for you to come to the front so we can take a picture of everyone that dressed up and cheer for you. In the meantime, I want to introduce you to someone who is going to be running for office in 2026, and I cannot wait for you to vote for her. This is Miss Stacy Schote. She is running for County Commission in District 2. Please give her a warm welcome, and everyone that is wearing a Halloween costume, come to the front so we can take a picture of you, okay? So if you're back there and you're wearing a Halloween costume, come up here for just a minute so we can take your picture.
I am so excited to be here today. I am Stacy Schote, and I am running for County Commission District 2 of Putnam County. My t-shirt today says, "In the grocery tax." I'm mainly up here today to remind everybody that this is not just about Donald Trump. Our Republican leaders in the Tennessee legislature have had this bill on their desk for 2 years, and they refuse to implement it. It's time that everyone reach out to our leaders and demand that they stand up for simple, basic, smart things. Our Republican leaders are lying to Americans who do not have the ability to call them out on their lies. Marsha Blackburn is lying every time she sends you the Blackburn report in her email that this is about Democrats wanting to give free health care to illegal immigrants. BS! Have you ever applied for Medicare or Medicaid and not been obligated to put your Social Security number down? No, it. So we're going to stop the lies, but the way we stop the lies is by voting. And you will have Democrats on the ballot next year to vote for. We are a non-voting state. There's tons of us out there who agree with us, but because we have not had sufficient Democrats on the ballot, they feel, what's the purpose? Let your friends and neighbors know you will have people to vote for. So show up. We are going to win a lot of contests, and we're going to win it because people are going to be out there canvassing and telling community members what the truth is. So I'm asking for your vote. I'm asking for your support. We need to let people know that Donald Trump is sending $20 billion to a foreign country. When he won't get approved, when Republican leaders in Congress refuse to re-implement the Affordable Care Act standards of tax credits. We're talking about tax credits for poor people, for working people, for small business people. 685,000 Tennesseans will lose their health care because of what Congress is refusing to do right now. Look up the facts. I won't go through any more. We're going to have a lot of fun today. Thank you all so much for being here.
All right, everybody cheer if you're voting for Stacy. I know I am. All right, so if you're wearing a costume, go ahead and get in front so that we can take a picture of you just really quick. That's okay. And thank you to everyone that dressed up and is wearing yellow and it came out today. Hey, if you came to your first protest for the first time this year, it doesn't have to be this one, but this year, will you clap? Just so everybody knows. Yeah. So there's a lot of new people here. So who here thinks that they can get a friend to come with them next time? You think you can do that? You think you can get a friend to come with you to the next protest? Yeah. Okay, great. Yay. Everybody's smiling, especially the dinosaurs. Woo! Make sure you're getting a kazoo. That's all I gotta tell you. Get your kazoo. All right. Okay, great. Thank you, everybody. Yay! Thank you, everyone that dressed up. Okay. Our next speaker is the embodiment of the promise by the people for the people. He has dedicated his life and livelihood to improving the lives for those with the least among us. His hard work and good ripples throughout our community, and that's why it is my true honor to introduce a man that walks the walk, Recovery Kitchen co-founder and community leader, Justin Veals.
I worked on my speech and I had about 20 minutes. I cut it down to 10. I'll probably have more than that. I do want to start by thanking everybody who's already spoken. Sayota's a good friend of mine. I appreciate his remarks. Can you not hear me? Here, is that better? Can we raise this mic up a little bit? All right, is that better? All right. All right, so before I begin my prepared remarks, I'm going to share something I was thinking about last night. I know that we're here to refuse the rule of the orange authoritarian who is picking all our pockets. Just if you don't know, he's increased his wealth by $1 billion since he took office in January, okay? So, but sometimes it's the weaker men around him that get under my skin even more. And I want to say, as a Southern man, I was born here in Tennessee, I've lived here most of my life, that J.D. Vance has never, and will never, have any great insights into the working class of Appalachia because he spent a couple of summers in Kentucky. I appreciated Troy's remarks. I wrote some articles in the paper last year about the same thing, about the working class struggle in the South, the radical history of the South, and our long history of standing up to authority, fascism, The coal bosses, the coal barons, we have taken up arms to protect our families against the ruling class. That is our history. It is not one of obedience. You know, I see trucks driving down the street and they've got rebel flags on one side and a back to blue sticker on the other. Make it make sense. You know what I mean? Make it make sense. You can't be a rebel and support the police. It doesn't work that way. All right, so my prepared remarks are called We the Working Class. We, the working class, stand here on Tennessee ground our hands have worked, our backs have carried, our labor has blessed, and our families have bled for. We rise in the dark, we come home to the dark, and we carry the weight of the world in between. We fix what's broken, stock what's empty, and feed who's hungry. We are the quiet backbone of this nation, and that quiet is coming to an end. They've told us to be patient, to be grateful for what we have, to trust in the system. But gratitude won't feed our children. Obedience doesn't pay the rent. And silence won't save us from those who worship profit over people. We, the working class, say enough is enough. Power has forgotten its place. It has mistaken service for sovereignty. It sits on thrones it was never meant to have, polished by lobbyists, guarded by police, and fed by the sweat of the poor and the working class. They fill their prisons and they call it law. They send our sons and daughters to die in wars and call it peace. But those wars aren't fought between enemies. They're fought between workers who never wanted to fight each other in the first place, who have more in common with each other than the men who sent them to die. Men who just want to live, raise their kids, and come home. They drain our labor and they call it economic growth. They sell us the illusion of choice every election cycle and call it democracy. And when we start to rise, when we speak, when we organize, when we refuse, they panic. They lash out. And the only language that they speak is violence. And I say, minimum wage is violence. The tax code is violence. The dismantling of our schools is violence. The destruction of SNAP and WIC and Medicaid is violence. Poverty itself, as the structure that props up corporate profit, is violence. And yet they have the nerve to call us violent extremists. They call us terrorists for daring to gather like this, for daring to speak, for daring to say that we are human beings and not subjects. You tell me, who's terrorizing who? Is it the worker holding a sign in the rain demanding a fair wage? Or Marsha Blackburn selling out her seat to Core Civic, trading human lives for campaign checks and calling it law and order? Is it the protester demanding justice for our Hispanic neighbors, or the politician who makes time for AIPAC but not for town halls? Is it the poor man begging for food, or the billionaire hoarding our labor and calling it job creation? They kill us with policy and with spreadsheets. They starve us with our wages. They disappear people into prisons and call us the threat. They send armored men into our neighborhoods and then act surprised when we demand the room to breathe. They poison the poor, pave over the planet, call it technological progress. They evict families and they call it the housing market. They gut healthcare and close hospitals and call it government efficiency. They raise rent, cut wages, lock up the desperate. Then they hold prayer breakfasts and boast about personal responsibility. They call it safety, but they mean control. They call it order, they mean obedience. They call for patriotism, but all they see is profit. But we see through it. We know what kind of peace they're trying to sell us. The kind that is bought with silence and paid for in suffering. And when we speak, when we rise, when we dare to say enough, suddenly, we're the danger. Every movement that ever shook the world was called violent before it was called just. Abolitionists were called extremists. When John Brown raised his hand against the chains of slavery, they called him a madman. But history remembers him as a man who refused to live in a world where injustice was legal. The Freedom Riders were called agitators. Young black and white activists who risked their lives on southern roads to expose the lies of segregation. Power always names its enemies before it crushes them. And the name they've chosen for us this time is terrorist. We know the truth. We are not violent for demanding dignity. We are not extremists for demanding equality. We are not terrorists for demanding our freedom. The real terror is poverty. The real extremism is greed. And the real violence is silence in the face of injustice. If gathering here today makes us dangerous, then I want all of you to remember that they said the same of every slave who ran, every miner who struck, all right, every woman who marched for her own body, and every queer person who demanded the right to live and love and simply exist. They tell us to calm down. Just never worked on me. To wait for a quieter season. To shake hands in private and accept their condemnation in public and call it civility. But Dr. King warned us from my page is stuck together. From a Birmingham jail, he said that the great stumbling block to progress is not the Ku Klux Klaner, but the white moderate who prefers a negative peace, which is the absence of tension, to a positive peace, which is the presence of justice. He was right then, he's right now, because what they call peace is just our silence, and what they call order is the slow, quiet death of forced obedience. And yet, even knowing that, we do not fight from hate. We fight from love. As the great revolutionary Che Guevara said, the true revolutionary is guided by great feelings of love. He went on to say that love of humanity, of justice, and of truth is what motivates us, and if this love is missing, then our revolution will fail. Apathy has no place in the face of tyranny. In fact, it depends upon it. Do not be gaslit into thinking you've lost your mind when you find yourself angry at the injustice around you. Che wrote to his children before leaving Cuba forever in 1965. He urged them to always be capable of feeling deeply any injustice committed against anyone, anywhere in the world. That this is the most beautiful quality in a revolutionary. He taught that love is not weakness. It is the moral core of our struggle and the force that separates revolution from revenge. And he was right. And a people that loves freedom will in the end be free. We love our people too much to watch them be devoured. We love humanity too much to stand by while it's bought and sold. We love the dream of justice too much to wait for permission to chase it. So we recoil at every injustice. Because that quake, that refusal to go numb is what makes us human and what makes us powerful. We, the working class, are the fire that they cannot contain. We are the voice that they cannot silence. We are the builders of every city, the tillers of every field, the caretakers of every child. We are the hands that turn the world, and it is long past time that we realized our strength. If there is hope, it lies in us. The workers, the poor, the people who still feel, still hurt, and still dream of a better way. Hope alone will not save us. Only courage will. We don't need crowns. We don't need change to follow. We don't need saviors from above. We need solidarity from below. Okay? That is the gospel of the working class. And when they try to divide us, black from white, poor from poorer, citizen from stranger, remember this: the same boots that press down on your neck, press down on mine. Our freedom is bound together, and our struggle is one. It's easy to look away, to go along, to get along. But hear me. No matter how hard you lick that boot, it's still going to knock your teeth out. We are not their enemy. We are their reminder that power, no matter how high it rises, is still beholden to the hands that hold it up. So, on this beautiful October morning here in Cookeville, Tennessee, let them hear us not through shouting, but through steadfastness. Let them see the tenacity of our defiance. Let them see that that tenacity is built from love, that our anger is from compassion, and that our hope is from the unbreakable truth that we belong to one another. We, the working class, are the beginning and the end of every empire. We are the storm that follows silence, and we are the fire that lights the dawn. I'm here to say that I will not be ruled. Thank you.
I know it's getting hot out there. Whew. And you wouldn't believe how my legs feel right now. That's all I have to say. They're sweating. Okay, all right, so we have some ice water over here, all right, to the left of me, right over here. And go ahead and get you some of that, because I know it's getting hot. Take a minute in the shade. We have our last speaker about to come up, and then we'll have a little bit more of instruction for you. But first of all, I want to say a special thank you to Aaron Kofer. He is, yes, please, a big round of applause for Aaron. He's done so much work over the past year for this event, and I just really want to recognize him because he has done such an amazing job, all of Indivisible Upper Cumberland. And also thank you all for coming out. I know that it's intimidating, right? Especially today. They've tried to make us feel like we are the enemy, and that just simply is not true. As you can see from all the speakers, it's not true. And we the people, united, will never be divided. That's right. We'll try that again in a second, but anyway. All right, so last but not least, let's give a big round of applause for our last speaker of the day, organizer and chair of the Van Buren County Democratic Party, veteran Leo Sochocki.
There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time to stop.
Yeah, it's time. Talking to my brother Sayota over here. He asked me what song I wanted coming in, and I told him the truth. I trust him. Dude, perfect. Yeah, that was from my generation. Y'all know it too. But we gather again for a simple, but to some, seemingly hard concept to understand. In this nation, we have no kings. We're not a monarchy. We're not a dictatorship. We are a democratic republic. Look those words up. The definition of democratic is supporting democracy and its principles characterized by social equality. The
definition of a republic is a state in which supreme power is held by the people. Held by the people. Is that what this nation today, October 18th, 2025, feels like to you? No, it's not. When I ask, what the hell are you thinking? I want you to respond, we're not a fascist nation. Now you gotta be heard. November 2026 might be too late. What the hell are you thinking? Louder than that, what the hell are you thinking? The power of this nation belongs to the people, not a monarch, not a fascist regime. What the hell are you thinking? We had what was designed to be an independent justice system. Now we have a Justice Department that's firing career professionals because they won't arrest and perp walk one of their supposed enemies. They get rid of one to replace them with somebody that will. What the hell are you thinking? We have regulatory agencies created and developed to protect all Americans. Their whole purpose was to allow for oversight and fend off abuse and corruption. Those self-same agencies have been purged of seasoned, educated professionals and replaced with Fox News talking heads, rich cronies, and oligarchs that will bend the knee and kiss the ring. We won't. What the hell are you thinking? All of that is being done right here before our eyes in the light of day. Right down to saying the quiet part out loud. We're going to redistrict specifically to enhance our political power. That, all at the request of a would-be dictator. What the hell are you thinking? There are a few simple things that will override the will of the people in this country. A few steps to ensure that fascism becomes the rule of the land. We've seen it before. First, demonize the free press. Check. Second, consolidate power to the great leader. Y'all know what those words in English mean if you were to translate them to German. That's who he is. Third, take action to oppose anyone. And we have that right now with everything this man does. He is trying to shut us down right here, right now. What the hell are you thinking? The fascist regime that we know as MAGA, all those at the top of this scourge and their great leader, Donald J. Trump, are calling today the Hate America rally. No, we don't. We love this nation and we'll stand for it as one in solidarity. Now, here, today, if we have the chance, definitely in November, 1 year from now. But we'll stand now, and we'll stand then, and we'll ask, what the hell are you thinking? They're blaming us for a government shutdown and say we're continuing it just to have this protest. No, we're not. We're standing firm and in solidarity to ensure that all Americans have access to the human right that is health care. In Tennessee alone, 642,867 people use the ACA marketplace for their health care. These fascists would gladly see their premiums double rather than admit they're wrong. What the hell are you thinking? These are just a few examples of what we've seen since June. It's gotten so much worse. I was asked to keep this address under 5 minutes if I could. Hell, I can't even list the atrocities since June in 5 minutes. Then, it was the threat of using the military force domestically. Now he's doing it openly and illegally. Is that okay with you, MAGA? What the hell are you thinking? So many things boldly in the light of day. Attacking the judiciary, anyone that doesn't agree with the great leader. Testing every constitutional limit that he can. Gutting programs that support, defend, and promote democracy around the world. Hey, MAGA! Is that what you voted for? This is what you want? The fascist states of America? What the hell are you thinking? Don't lie to yourself. That orange pile of fetid putrescence never had this plan. He likes it. He loves it. This was orchestrated by far more powerful people. We're getting to the point where Republicans can't even stand Republicans. This is not new. These are the same people that came here bringing diseases and vices that all but destroyed my native brothers and sisters. These are the same people that ripped my black brothers and sisters from their homes to enslave them in the name of commerce and wealth. These are the same people that installed Adolf Hitler as the Chancellor of Germany in 1933. Yeah, it took him a year and a half to cement that power. This is our year and a half. We can stop it. What the hell are you thinking? The Enabling Act, the Reichstag Decree, they all sound familiar. That's because they're happening right now. Suppression of opposition, sound familiar? A moment to take control because of something happening, like they would have liked to happen here. No, we're peaceful. We are standing here in solidarity saying, what the hell are you thinking? You don't want to be called a Nazi? Stop voting for him. Don't want to be called a racist? Stop voting for him. Don't want to be accused of supporting pedophiles and rapists? Stop voting for him. What the hell are you thinking? You can't love Hitler, fascism, and America. Not at the same time. What the hell are you thinking? This is not our first time together in solidarity. We are the majority. We are the heart of America. We did this in June. Today is far more important. It's much louder and it has a lot more meaning. Will you allow them to own us? What the hell are you thinking? We still have the right to gather and address our grievances. Remember those words in the Constitution? We still have that right for now. That's why we're here. That can only be taken from us if we let them. If you want that, what the hell are you thinking? Our law, the basic formation of this country we love, is created and enshrined in the Constitution with the opening words, we the people. We are those people. Will you forsake that? If you would, what the hell are you thinking? being here today is for now, the law of the land. We have the right to speak our minds, tell our stories, express our grievances. If you hand that over to a fascist dictator, what the hell are you thinking? I love you, America. I love this land. I love the Upper Cumberland. I love the people that are standing with me here in solidarity. My thanks to all of you. My thanks to Aaron first. Where are you, son? All right, people, we got a lot of work to do. Elections are coming. You've got to stand with the people that you know that will work with you and for you. We had a young lady up here that's about that. We have another gentleman up here that's about that. I got people in Van Buren County, tiny-ass little Van Buren County, that are running for office. We got to support them. And if you don't, what the hell are you thinking?
Being wrong, nobody's right.
All right, y'all. Are we ready? Ready to do this thing? All right, I'm going to have Hillary Huddleston come up here for just a second. Y'all haven't met Hillary yet. She's the president of White County Young Democrats. Yeah. All right, we're just going to practice a couple chants right now, and then we're going to go ahead and get out there. Also, I just want to mention we're going to stay here till 2.